Join me as I dive deep into the ESTP personality type and see if I can perfectly explain what makes them tick. ESTP personalities are often seen as the life of the party, the ones who bring energy and excitement to any situation. But there's so much more to them than just their outgoing nature. In fact, ESTPs are some of the most dynamic and fascinating individuals you'll ever meet. Their unique combination of traits makes them incredibly engaging. And once you get to know them, you'll realize just how special they are. One of the things that makes ESTPs so compelling is their ability to think on their feet. They're natural improvisers, always ready to adapt to new situations and make the most of whatever comes their way. This flexibility, combined with their quick wit and sharp instincts, makes them incredibly effective in high-pressure situations. ESTPs are also known for their love of action. They're not content to just sit around and talk about ideas. They need to get out there and make things happen. This can sometimes get them into trouble, as they might leap into a situation without thinking it through. But more often than not, their boldness and willingness to take risks lead to amazing breakthroughs and innovations. So what drives these dynamic individuals? What makes them tick? And what do they need to thrive? Let's dive deeper into the world of ESTPs and find out. When we think of ESTPs, we often imagine daredevils and thrill seekers, always chasing the next adrenaline rush. But the truth is, ESTPs are often misunderstood. They're not just reckless risk takers, they're also highly intelligent and strategic thinkers. They're constantly analyzing the world around them, looking for patterns and opportunities to exploit. One of the biggest misconceptions about ESTPs is that they're somehow lacking in emotions. This couldn't be further from the truth. ESTPs are deeply feeling individuals, and they have a strong sense of empathy and compassion. They might not always show it, but they're deeply invested in the people and causes they care about. Another challenge ESTPs face is being perceived as irresponsible or flaky. Because they're always on the go and focused on the next big thing, they might forget to follow through on commitments or show up late to appointments. But this isn't because they're careless. It's because they're so focused on the present moment. They can get lost in the excitement of it all. ESTPs are also often seen as being overly competitive, always trying to one-up others or prove themselves. But the truth is, they're not trying to dominate or win. They're simply trying to push themselves to be their best. They're driven by a desire to excel, to improve, and to innovate. One of the biggest obstacles ESTPs face is finding a sense of purpose and direction. Because they're so adaptable and open to new experiences, they might get lost in the endless possibilities. They need to find a cause or a passion that resonates with them, something that gives them a sense of direction and drive. ESTPs are also notorious for their love of debate and argument. They're not trying to be confrontational or difficult. They're simply trying to understand the world around them. They're constantly questioning and challenging assumptions, always seeking out new information and perspectives. Despite these challenges, ESTPs are some of the most charismatic and engaging individuals you'll ever meet. They light up the room with their energy and enthusiasm, and they have a natural talent for bringing people together. At their core, ESTPs are action-oriented, adaptable, and spontaneous. They're always on the move, always looking for the next adventure or opportunity. They're like a force of nature, unstoppable and unbridled. Let's take a look at some real-life examples of ESTPs in action. Imagine a firefighter rushing into a burning building, or an entrepreneur launching a new startup. These are the kinds of situations where ESTPs thrive: high stakes, high pressure, and high reward. ESTPs are also natural-born leaders, always taking charge and directing the action. They're not afraid to take risks or make tough decisions, and they're always willing to roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty. But ESTPs aren't just about action. They're also deeply intelligent and strategic thinkers. They're always analyzing the situation, looking for patterns and opportunities to exploit. They're like chess players, always thinking several moves ahead. One of the most fascinating things about ESTPs is their ability to think on their feet. They're natural improvisers, always ready to adapt to new situations and make the most of whatever comes their way. Let's talk about a particularly engaging story that showcases the strengths and weaknesses of an ESTP. Imagine a young entrepreneur who's just launched a new startup. They're passionate, driven, and willing to take risks, but they're also impulsive, prone to making reckless decisions. As they navigate the ups and downs of the business world, they're forced to confront their own strengths and weaknesses and learn to balance their boldness with caution and strategy. ESTPs are notorious for their love of adventure and exploration. They're always looking for new experiences, new challenges, and new opportunities to push themselves to the limit. They're like explorers, charting new territory and mapping out uncharted lands. In critical situations, ESTPs are often the ones who rise to the challenge. They're natural-born leaders, always taking charge and directing the action. They're fearless, confident, and willing to take risks, and they often come out on top. But ESTPs also have their weaknesses. They can be impulsive, reckless, and prone to making mistakes. They can be overly competitive, always trying to one-up others or prove themselves. And they can be scattered, disorganized, and prone to burnout. Despite these weaknesses, ESTPs are some of the most dynamic and fascinating individuals you'll ever meet. They're like a force of nature, unstoppable and unbridled. They're always pushing themselves to be their best, always striving for excellence and innovation. So what can we learn from ESTPs? How can we apply their strengths and strategies to our own lives? Let's talk about the importance of understanding ESTP personalities in our personal and professional relationships. ESTPs are some of the most valuable team members you can have. They're innovative, adaptable, and always willing to take risks. They're the ones who come up with the crazy ideas, who push the boundaries, and who drive progress. And yet, they're also some of the most challenging individuals to work with. They can be impulsive, reckless, and prone to making mistakes. If you're an ESTP, you know how important it is to find a sense of purpose and direction. You need to find a cause or a passion that resonates with you, something that gives you a sense of drive and focus. And you need to surround yourself with people who understand and support you, people who can help you channel your energy and enthusiasm. If you're working with an ESTP, remember to give them the freedom and autonomy they need to thrive. Give them the challenge and the opportunity to innovate, and they'll deliver results you never thought possible. In conclusion, ESTP personalities are some of the most dynamic and fascinating individuals you'll ever meet. They're action-oriented, adaptable, and spontaneous, always pushing themselves to be their best and striving for excellence and innovation. By understanding and embracing their strengths and weaknesses, we can build stronger relationships, drive progress, and achieve greatness. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of ESTP personalities. If you have any experiences with ESTPs, share them with me in the comments below. And don't forget to check out my other videos on personality types.